there in that land of high-tech. HD TVs are, or would hope to be, big sellers, but not necessarily. Sony and Panasonic may see billions of dollars wiped from their bottom lines, according to a Nikkei report, because of lack of demand for those gadgets. Sony is armouring itself against losses with its biggest ever bond sale. Question is, will it be enough? Francis Yoon joins us from Tokyo for more on that. Francis, what's going on here?
Hey there, Paul. With consumers now holding back on buying that new flat-screen TV or electric gadget, prices are tumbling and Sony and Panasonic are taking a hit. Now, the Nikkei says Sony and Panasonic expect to lose a combined $10 billion in operating profit this fiscal year because of sagging electronics prices. Now, according to tech researcher Display Search, flat panel TV prices in the U.S. are likely to fall about 30% this year. So, Paul, what is Sony going to do about all that? Well, the company said it raised 220 billion yen, or more than $2 billion, in its biggest bond sale ever to pay existing debt, and that's as it tries to plug the hole in profit drilled by slumping demand and falling prices. Now, Sony is facing its first back-to-back annual net loss since its listing since 1958, but at least it's able to secure a record amount of funding. That's because, according to what a Sony spokeswoman told Bloomberg, now the debt capital environment has improved, and it's also cutting thousands of jobs and other costs this fiscal year to get back into shape. But for now, Sony shares are up 40% this year. That's at least twice as much as Panasonic, and also outperforming the Nikkei average by at least 4 times. And checking how analysts view the stock of Sony, more than half of analysts we surveyed said they'd hold the stock, but still 88 out of 22 analysts, that's actually about 40%, bet Sony will resurrect itself. But looking at Panasonic's analyst recommendations, it's a less bullish picture. We have 11 holds and 5 buys on that stock of Panasonic. And just a quick check of how shares are trading at the moment in Japan, we see Sony and Panasonic actually rising, Panasonic up by 0.8%, and that's as the Japanese yen is weakening a bit this morning in trade. So, Paul, that's the story. Back to you.
Yeah, I mean, there are only so many gadgets that you actually want in your home. There comes a point, isn't there, Francis, where you say, OK, you know, I can watch things on my TV. I don't need it to be a little bit sharper. I can take photos with my camera. I don't need another 30 megapixels and so on.
Exactly. With this economy going, the way it is, maybe people are holding back and, trying to just deal with what they have so far. But maybe after the economy gets it improves, maybe go out and buy that new TV or that camera, Paul.
Oh, yeah, the techno lust will return. No doubt about that. Francis, thank you very much indeed for that. Francis Yoon there in Tokyo.